So in today's video, I'm going to talk about how to work with micro creators. As you all know, there's a lot going on about, creative diversity, Andromeda, like how can you leverage micro creators to, to work with that AI machine, like the post Andromeda. So the only way is to use micro creators, and I took this particular strategy from a very successful brand called Comfort. So they are very successful. They have managed to scale their micro creators, their co-creators, affiliates. So I'm going to walk you through what I took from that particular brand and how am I using it in my clients. So as you all know, if you don't know who I am, my name is Ian, and I help e-commerce brands scale with meta ads, right? So in that essence, so we all know that creative diversity is everything when it comes to meta ads, right? So how can you use micro creators, people who have 1,000 followers to 3,000 followers? These are not famous people. These are the average normal people. How can you, work with micro creators to, to have creative diversity? And that's what Meta wants. So how can you do that? So I'm going to walk you through step by step. What can you do? How can you leverage that? So title of today, the 90 billion Kenya shilling brand that killed influencer model. Why paying influencers 50,000 Kenya shillings per post is dead, and what every Kenyan e-commerce brand must copy right now. What can you do right now? So I'm using Kenya shillings because I'm in Kenya right now. So, that's the currency I'm using. But, this is a strategy that can be used across any brand, regardless of where you are in the in the world, right? So this brand is called Comfort, right? So this is the particular brand. So I took this strategy from this particular brand and just I modified a little bit so that it works with most of our clients. So this is a particular brand. It's called Comfort. So as you can see over here, this is their this is their Instagram. So as you can see over here, they're selling hoodies, they're selling sweatpants. These are comfortable. Their messaging is that they are supporting mental health, right? So if you can see their website. So I want to just to walk you through from which particular brand let's say this strategy I took from, then I can go back and break it down. So this is the particular brand, right? Hoodies, loungewear, mother, blankets, sweatpants, kids, pets, athleisure, all that kind of stuff. So this is a particular brand. So I took this strategy from this. They are very, very successful, man. Like they are very successful. They are making, I think this year they'll be making $1.5 billion, in sales this particular year. That's crazy. So the old influencer model is broken. Three reasons why. Number one, wrong incentive. Paying an influencer 50,000 Kenya shillings upfront and their job is done the moment they post. So whether it drove one sale or 1,000, they got paid either way. Number two, all risk is on you. So the brand fronts the cash. If the post flops, the money is gone. The influencer keeps it. You took 100% of the risk for 0% of the upside, right? And one post is not a relationship. Most influencer deals end after one post. No compounding, no loyalty, no context library. They move on to the next one. So if the old way of doing things, is broken, it doesn't work because these particular people, they're working with multiple brands, right? So there's no loyalty. They'll do one post for you. What if it doesn't work? Because as you as a business owner, you have to understand your goal is to mitigate risk, to reduce risk, right? So if you are paying, let's say 50,000 Kenya shillings and your post flops, so what are you going to do about it? Like your money is gone right now and they're already moving forward to the next brand. So their messaging is diluted, so it doesn't work anymore. So what you want is authenticity. These are average normal people you're going to work with. They're not well known, so the customer can feel actually this product is can be useful for them, and they trust authenticity, like it's original. They're not well known, so this is like the average user, the average person, right? So yeah, so these are like the main reasons why the old influencer model doesn't work. Is wrong incentives, all risk is on you, one post is not a relationship. So I'm assuming most of you are going through this particular problem, and maybe you have experienced it in the past. So what is the solution? Let's go. So I want you this at the end I'm going to share a particular document. So stick to till the end, because I'm going to share a particular like a document I made that has all these particular strategies. So if you stick towards the end, you'll get that particular document. So stick towards the end. There's something special I've made for you guys. So one brand proved the new model works. So they made 90 billion Kenya shillings revenue in year 3, 100% bootstraps, no investors, 500 plus commission creators, right? 0%, there's zero flat rate influencer model, deals, right? So these are one US apparel brand. They went from 0 to 90 billion Kenya shillings in 3 years using one system, a commission based creator army. So this deck is about why it works and why every Kenyan brand will use this model by 2028. So this particular strategy can be used for any brand. It's not just Kenyan brand. If you're watching this video and in Africa, any part of the world, you can use this particular strategy, right? So it's not just limited to like a Kenyan brand. Any brand can use it. So I'm using Kenyan brand because I'm in Kenya right now. So stop thinking of creators as media you buy. Start thinking of them as a sales team you build, right? So the old influencer marketing, pay a flat rate upfront, one post, then they leave. Brand carries all the risk. Aesthetic content, not selling content. Cost stays the same even if it's flop. So there's a very big, everything is against you. Like there's no leverage over here. Like all the risk is on you, so it doesn't work anymore, the old ways of doing things. So the creator partnerships, pay commission on actual sales, post every week for years, creator earns when brand wins, selling content optimized for conversion, and cost scales down automatically if slow, right? So everyone wins. So break there. So for creator partnerships, this is where like every party wins, right? They when you make more money, they make more money. So everyone wins. So the risk is not all on you, right? Everyone is sharing the risk, and there's incentive, the right incentive working with these particular people. So creators partnership is the new way of doing things. You can see here you are paying commission on actual sales. If you make money, they make money, right? They post every week for years. So these particular creators are posting your content. So for example, right? So let's say you start with one particular creator. This particular creator, they are creating like average of 3 videos per day. Those videos are posted on Instagram, on TikTok, organic. So they create a new channel, right? On Instagram, a new channel on TikTok, maybe YouTube Shorts and Snapchat. So they are on Facebook. So they're posting organically. Then you're creating your, like that's now creating that virality, right? You have different people. These are new accounts, and right now, if uh, Meta wants just watch time, engagement, doesn't care about so much about followers, right? So as long as your good video is good quality, not high quality, but just good quality, 4K standard shot on an iPhone or Samsung, whichever, as long as it's HD, a good quality, right? 4K, and watch time and engagement. That's all that it cares about. It doesn't care that much about followers. That is irrelevant, right? So post every week for years. So the person is the creator is posting. Let's say you have one person creating 3 videos a day. That is times 7, 21 videos. If you have two, that is 42 videos. You can see the level of scale. These are different context of videos, right? Organically and for ads too. Creator earns when brand wins, and selling content optimized for conversion. So these particular people, they are mastering how to create content that converts, right? They're not just creating random content, and cost scales down automatically if things are slow, right? So why now? Three things changed in the last 24 months, right? This is why the old model is dying right now, not in 5 years. So creator supply exploded. So every Kenyan with a phone is a content creator, right? The barrier to make a video that performs is zero. You no longer need to pay influencers because there are thousands of micro creators ready to work for commission, right? So there are like there's no limit, like there's no shortage of creators. There are hundreds of thousands, there are millions of people who can create content for you. The barrier to entry is so low, so it's just upon you. Creative is now everything. Meta's algorithm is so good at finding the right audience that targeting doesn't matter anymore. The old ways of doing 2012, 2014, they are complex. Right now, it's very, very simple. Those old ways of doing things, targeting doesn't work. The creatives decide if you win or lose. To win, you need volume, and volume requires creators, not one but hundreds. You start slow. You can start with one person. I call it the internal content creator for your brand internally. Then you have other people. They can be work with other brands, but they are very loyal to you, right? So you have one internal for you. Then you have you start recruiting other people like 2 3. So the more you have, these are brand ambassadors. You call them brand ambassadors. They're not just creators, right? For you, you can for me now, I'm using micro creators, but for you as a brand, you'll call them brand ambassadors, right? These are like your brand ambassadors. It's a long game. Those are short-term game, right? So these people you scale now. One person is creating, let's say, 21 videos a week. That is 84 videos a month. Out of 2 people, out of 3. Now that's scale. That's what Meta turns diversity in your content, right? So creative is everything. So polished ads now feel fake. TikTok trained Kenyan buyer to trust raw phone shot content from real people. Studio ads now feel like ads. UGC from a real person feels like a friend's recommendation. The economics have flipped completely, right? So these are the 3 things that changed the last 24 months. And the old model is dying. So creator supply exploded. There's an infinite supply. There's so many people who can do great content for your brand. There is no shortage of creators, right? Creative is now everything, right? Then polished ads now feel fake. So the architecture, the system has 3 layers. Each layer has a different job. All 3 must exist. 1, co-creators, 15 to 50 people, hand-picked, deep relationship with the brand. They produce the content that powers your paid ads, right? They are your sales team. You get me? So affiliate network. You have 2,000 to 5,000 people. These co-creators are like your main team, right? It's internal, right? These are like your main. Then you can expand to affiliates, right now. So you can expand to affiliates next step. So you start with co-creators, then you go to affiliates, right? Customers and creators with a unique link. They earn a commission per sale. They flood the internet with references to your brand. So let's say for these affiliates, these are other people too. They work for you. They have an affiliate link where they can. It's like an abundance now. You start with co-creator, then you can expand to affiliate. So this can be anyone who has interest, right? So this is now you are scaling, right? So community, everyone who buys, email, SMS, WhatsApp. The reason customers come back. Without this, every sale starts from zero. With it, every sale compounds. So the economics, commission is not an extra cost. It's a substitution for ad costs that would have been higher, right? So scenario, without creators, you're spending 500,000, right, in a month. Commission zero, you make a revenue of 2M. ROAS is 4 times, right? But with creator army, you spend 500,000 in a month, right? Your commission is 340K, but you make a revenue of 3.4 million. The revenue that you would not have made without the creators. 4.05x. The insight, the same ad spend, the 1.4 million more in revenue, same blended return. You're not paying more. You are reallocating money that used to fund worse performing ad creatives into creators who produce better performing creatives and drive organic sales to the top. So what you're doing, you're amplifying it, right? Because let's say you have 500,000 in ad spend. These are very high likely that the kind of ads you're producing, they're not working well. You have the capital, but you don't have uh the creative engine. It's not dialed in. Like, you're just randomly testing things. You don't have the system, right? But if you have an army of people producing great ads for you, that's now how you're going to scale, right? So why this protects you? Commission is the lowest risk for you to grow, especially in a market with an inconsistent cash flow. So if this happens, let's say if this happens, flat model rate and commission model. So how does it work? The content flops, you lose everything. If this happen, the content flops, Flat rate model, you lose everything. Commission model, you lose nothing. Creator loses their time, right? For flat rate, the creator disappears. Let's say creator disappears, right? You have nothing to show. You pay them flat rate, right? You have nothing to show. Zero future commission on, right? Your sales month is low. The ad budget goes out. If your sales month, your ad budget goes out, payout shrinks with sales, right? You scale up the program. Each post is a new invoice. Scaling is automatic, right? So you see, you have more advantage if something happens, right? You're not like you're not wiped out. Like most people are completely wiped out. So this this is variable rent versus fixed rent, right? The smartest financial decision a Kenya brand can make. So you have to understand, because you as a business owner, you're a very smart person. So you have to understand the unit economics. Like, what will you do if you spend this amount? Like, how is everything going to work out? So you have to make sure things work out in your favor, as much as for both favors. But like, your business does not get wiped out. You're not going to bankruptcy because you're paying these random people. It's not working. So if something happens, you have a way, like, it's not hurting your business, in simple terms. So the moat, once you build it, competitors cannot catch you. Three things are compound over time. None of them can be bought, right? So number one, create a relationship. A competitor can copy your product, can copy your ads, your website. They cannot copy 12 months of trust you built with 30 creators. Trust is earned 1 week at a time. Number two, content library. After 12 months, you have 2,000 plus pieces of content with clear data on what converts. A new competitor starts at zero. They have to do the same 12 months of work, right? Of testing to catch up. Someone can copy everything, but they cannot copy like the trust you have earned with your creators. Content library. You have multiple like, it's crazy. Before someone catches up, like, it takes so much time, right? Operational muscle, knowing how to write a creator brief, spot a winner in 72 hours, and run a meeting with creators want to attend. These are skills built over months. A competitors with more money cannot buy. Like, this is something you cannot just buy it, right? Because it takes time. It's a relationship building with this. These are not just, you not see these people as just assets for your business, but these are people. You have to treat them like real people. They are like your partners for your business. These are relationship built. It's trust. You have multiple pieces of content. Someone cannot just buy their way into this kind of this system, right? This operational muscle. So it takes time to build, and once you build it, you have leverage, and that's the key. That's your moat. So the window, by 2028, every serious Kenyan brand will be running this system, right? Brands that start in 2026 right now will own the next decade, because, as you all know, content is not going anywhere. The content is only increasing. The value of content is increasing. Every year, the value of content is increasing. 12 months of creator relationship, a library of 2,000 pieces of content, proven content, cash flow systems compounding. The moat is already deep. You see, brands that wait 2027 will spend 2 years catching up to people who already have a year of compounding under them. By the time they catch up, the leaders are 3 years ahead. You can see, you have to start this system. Like, it's never too late, but it will be too late in the next 2 years. Like, you cannot, someone who starts right now, they'll have leverage over you. So let me show you something, right? So this Comfort, the brand that I talked about, they are running 5,600 ads. You can see this is like this now. This is the system. I'm not just talking about things that I don't have proof of. So you can see over here, they have 5,600 ads. These are for multiple creators. As you can see, these are different pieces of content, right? These are different pieces of content. You can see, let's see, this is like their best performing. So if something has been running for a very long time, this is best performing. Color of the season. Let me expand it, right?
Color of the season is finally here, and it's not just for us, it's for our kids too. Buttercream has arrived, and they're dropping it in the Minimalist collection, which is the internet's favorite hoodie. It's super oversized and perfectly slightly weighted. Comfort is the world's most viral hoodie. They sell out every single time they have a new drop. My kids and I are obsessed with our comfort sets, so we make sure we get every single one. Moms, don't worry, these come pre-shrunk. These are already included in their super sale, so go and see if your size is in stock, and don't miss this drop. Color of the season is finally here.
These are the ads now. These are the ads. Different people. This is another person, right? Different people, different creators creating multiple ads, different pieces of this is the machine now. This is what, like, this is creator engine. Like, this is crazy. Like, this is something you cannot buy your way into this. Like, these are different people. 5,000 ads. This is not. These people are spending. I think they said $500,000 a day. The guy is spending $500,000 in a day. You can imagine the level of scale he's, he's operating at. You see, all these creators, there are very few people who have 5,000 ads, 5,600, close to 6,000 ads running at the same time. Like, this is next level, man. This is next level. So the qualifier, this system is not for everyone. Answer these three questions honestly before you start. Number one, do you have at least 40% gross margin after cost? If not, the commission cost to fix the margin first, because you have to pay these people commission 10-15%. So your margins have to be at least, I'll say 70% is a good margin. 70% margins is all, but you have less than 40, like, it cannot work for you. Number two, do you have a real brand story beyond the product? Creators sell missions, not features. No story, no traction. No one will pay attention to your brand if there's no story behind it, right? Will you show up weekly for the creators? If you cannot run a 60-minute call every Thursday, let's say once a week, for 6 months, this is not for you. Like, you have to, once, let's say we're implementing this kind of system with our clients, we normally like to have a meeting. The founder has to be there for at least 6 months, right? Every once a week, we speak, we pick a specific day every week where, like, we are having calls with these particular creators, what's working, what's not working, what to avoid, what to do more of, which hooks are working, which format. Like, there's a system, and the founder has to be there to give, like, like, because people are buying into you, like, people are buying into your vision, people are buying into your system. So you have to be there for at least 6 months, so then you can replace yourself with someone managing this so, like, it helps the founder being in this particular cause, because you're building relationships. These are not just random, or else they'll quit. People will quit. Like, you have to be there, you have to sell on the vision, people have to believe in you, right? If you said yes to all three, the next move is yours, right? So right now, your move, the window is open. It will not stay open long. So if you run a Kenyan e-commerce brand doing at least 3 million Kenya shillings per month, and you're ready to build a creator-led revenue engine that competitors cannot copy, I want you to, DM me the word scale on Instagram and or LinkedIn, right? If you want, or you can apply to work with us in the description. There's a link in the description where you can apply to work with us, and let's see if you're a good fit, us working together. I normally help e-commerce brand who are doing at least 3 million Kenya shillings. If you want a done for you service, at least 3 million Kenya shillings in a month, there's a link in the description where you can apply to work with us, or you can DM me on Instagram. But the easiest way, you just apply. In the description is a link where you can apply to work with us. Then my team will reach out to you, and we'll see if it's a good fit, us working together and implement this kind of system to your business, right? Because I normally help e-commerce brands scale with paid advertising, create these kind of systems to your business, so that, because this is the best way to acquire new customer. You need to have a system of creators to create ads for you, create content that converts for your brand. So if this is something that you want to be implemented to your business, there's a link. You can apply to work with us, and my team will reach out to you. Then there's something special. There's another link where I've put together, like, a document that contains all this. So I call it it's a document about all whatever we talked about, just all the steps. So if someone was stick towards the end, like my free gift to you, so it has everything about whatever we talked about in this particular video, right? Everything about how to work with creators. It's very, very valuable information that you can apply to your business. It's free. You can just click it. You go through it. It has everything that we've talked about. And so if you like this kind of video, I'll appreciate if you like if you like, comment something in the comment section, which I can which I can do in the next future videos. And subscribe to this channel, because I normally drop this kind of videos every week, sharing insights about what I'm doing right now, what's working, my experience, because with working with e-commerce clients. And so subscribe. It will mean a lot to the channel. And I'll see you in the next video.